So let's wait for 3 participants and let's start our session, okay? And attend this, please.
Yeah.
And who is the person waiting for the name? Can you mention your name there?
It was Ramdev, I think so.
I'm there. Okay. Okay, then let us start the session. And before starting the session, let us introduce about ourselves. And myself, I am Mahesh, and I am a Mulesoft trainer. And I'm giving the trainings as a part-time, and I am working as a full-time employee. And I had been giving the trainings for since 3 years, and had 3+ years of experience on the Mule, and totally 8+ years of experience on the integration platform. Okay, so and I had successfully trained 50+ batches. So can you introduce about yourself? Hello, hello, Kishore and Ramdev. Can you introduce about yourself? Hello, hello, Kishore and Ramdev. Can you hear me? Hello, 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 Suresh. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you. Josna is like responded, and the two guys are not responding. I also don't know that. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
the Ramdev had responded because I don't know whether they can hear me or not, right? So I need their response to continue for the for
Wait.
further.
I will call and I will confirm. Wait.
Yeah, okay. Just check with them
Yeah.
and just let me know.
Yeah. Mahesh, he can hear you. Like Kishore can hear you, and Josna can hear you, and one more guy, Ramdev, also can hear you. You can start the meeting. They are chatting with me. Okay.
Okay then.
Okay. Go ahead.
I don't know why they are not having giving their response. So I need the response where they're having some doubts or something. Okay, let me start with the session. And first we are going with the introduction of Mule ESB. And today's our course agendas are what is ESB and why ESB, where does Mule ESB comes into play, core concepts of Mule ESB, and a demo, how to build a basic application using Anypoint Studio. So before going to the MuleSoft, how software architecture evolved and how it supports integration platforms and why we are going to MuleSoft, all these things I just want to say. And okay, then I'll be starting from the basic. And in 1960s, we people had used a batch process to store the data in the floppy disks or the rails at the time. We people will be using the we people are using the big systems as you can see in the picture there. But where comes in 1970, we people are using the client server way to store the data in the client server, and when we need the data, we can pull the data from the client server and we can use it. But in 1980s, we people are using the three-tier architecture. As you can see in the three-tier architecture, we people are having three layers like a presentation layer, application layer, and the data layer. And as you can compare the three-tier architecture to entire architecture, which is introduced in 2000, so there are more layers when compared to the three-tier architecture. So what they are trying to do is they are just trying to reduce the dependencies between each and every layer, and they just want to loosely couple each and every layer. So as you can see in the three-tier architecture, we are having only three layers: presentation, application, and the data layer. Sorry, but when coming into the entire architecture, we people are having more layers when compared to the three-tier architecture. So as in late 2010s, we people had introduced a concept called service-oriented architecture. So what we want is like in three-tier architecture, if I want to develop an application, okay. So I had developed let us assume that I had developed an application in the three-tier architecture. So if in future, if I want to change any UI technology or anything in my application layer, so it will directly show an impact on the presentation layer and the data layer, which are directly interlinked with each other. So as you can see, when compared to the three-tier architecture to entire architecture, that is the reason why they just want to loosely couple each and every layer and reduce the dependencies. And we're coming to the service-oriented architecture. The service-oriented architecture is introduced in 2010, and here the name itself defines that we are not deploying anything as an application here. We're deploying everything as a service here. So what is the main advantage of it is, as you can compare service-oriented architecture to three-tier architecture. In the three-tier, presentation, application, data layers, and in the service-oriented architecture, we are having presentation layer, service layer, and the data layer, as you can see here. And what is the main advantage of the service-oriented architecture is, so let us assume that I had built an application on the, I developed an application on the service-oriented architecture, which is nothing but SOA. So in future, I just want to change my UI technology. Okay, I can directly change my UI technology. I can directly deploy it as a service. So it won't show any like any effect on the presentation layer and the data layer, but it will show the outlook of my application will be new, but the presentation layer and the data layer will remain the same, unaffected. So this is the main advantage of the SOA, which is nothing but the service-oriented architecture. So is my flow good, or can I go a bit slow?
Yeah, like Ramdev, can you hear Mahesh? Hello.
Okay. Yeah, Ramdev can hear, and is my flow enough, or
Yes,
I'm
yes.
too? I'm just asking that because they need to understand what I'm saying, right? That is the reason I just asked, yeah, them to speak.
Okay.
Okay, and Kishore had not replied anything. I think
See,
so.
Mahesh, they are texting me. See,
Okay,
if you want, you can text to them directly. Okay, not an issue. I'm giving the hello chat also. You can text to them also. Okay,
okay then. Okay, just okay, wait.
text to them.
Yeah, I'll just.
You see, Ramdev is saying he
Okay.
was okay.
Yeah, Ram, this is he was okay. And Kishore, is my flow okay with you? If you want to go a bit slow, I can go slow. Okay. Okay, I think Kishore have went offline. And Josna, is my flow good enough for you, or can I go a bit slow?
Yeah, Mahesh, it's okay for me, Ramdev here.
Okay, okay, Ramdev. Yeah, I had seen your message, Ramdev, and I'm just asking Josna and Kishore. Hello,
Yeah,
Kishore.
hi, you're here. I'm good here. You can continue.
Okay, okay, Kishore. So, what is the main concept of us here about the integration? Okay, so integration is the thing, but the communication between any two APIs, any two softwares, any two humans, or anything. The communication between any two is known as an integration or the interface. We can call it as an interface also. And see here, if we are following the point-to-point integration at the starting point and which supports the source. And let us move to the point-to-point integration. And to understand the point-to-point integration, let us see this slide. Okay, let us see this slide. And in this slide, as you can see here, we are taking the real-time scenario here. Like, let us assume this as a web application, SAP application, database, mainframe, other applications. Okay. So here I'm just taking a real-time scenario that I just want to transfer the data between the web application to the database application using the point-to-point integration here. So how I'm just connecting to the transferring the data from one application to another application in point-to-point integration, maybe using any other technology like Java, .NET, or any other technology, and I'm directly connecting these two applications. As you can see here, I just want to transfer the data between my web application and the database application. So what I'm doing, I'm just directly connecting these two applications using the point-to-point integration using any other technology like Java, .NET, Ruby, any other technology, which the client may prefer and I may prefer. Okay. So I'm just connecting directly and transferring the data between web application to the database application. So after some time, what it becomes is other applications comes into the picture like SAP and mainframe. other applications comes in the picture. And as you can see, the mainframe application is also connected to the web application, and all the applications are directly interlinked with each other. So what is the main drawback here is, so in future, if I change anything in my web application or database application or any application, so which are the applications directly interlinked with it? So it will directly show an impact on these applications. So let me say that if I am changing anything in my web application, okay, it will directly show an impact on the database application and the mainframe application, which are directly connected to it, as you can see here. So this is the main drawback of the point-to-point integration to maintain it. And the other drawbacks are like we need to coordinate with many people in order to develop an application. As you can see, while developing the application, these applications are directly interlinked with each other. So we need to communicate with many people, and the development time is too high because we need to communicate with these people and we need to discuss with them and schedule the timings and develop an application. So it takes a lot of time for us, and there is a lot of transformation logic required here. So I'll just say in the transformation logic in real time, real words. Like, let me show a real time scenario for you. Like I'm just moving to ndtv.com. So in ndtv.com, as you can see here, we are having many categories, and I'm just moving to the business category now. So in the business category, as you can see here, there are live sensors feedbacks coming here, right? So these live sensors feedbacks or not, data is not containing in the NDTV profit server. So where we are getting this data from? We are getting this data from the Bombay Stock Marketing server. So let us assume that we are just transferring this data using the point-to-point integration, okay? And let us assume the NDTV profit server, which is using an old system, which is using an SOAP services, and it is using an XML format where we can call the SOAP services through the WSDL. And where you can go to the Bombay Stock Marketing server, whoever are transferring the data to the NDTV profit server, they are using a new system, and in new system they are using the RESTful services, and in RESTful services they are using the JSON format. And there we can call the RESTful services through the HTTP protocol. And as you can see here, while we are transferring the data, we need a lot of transformation logic like RESTful services to SOAP services and XML to XML to JSON, and all these transformation logics we required. So what is the main theme of us is just to transfer the data between one API to another API. But rather what we are doing here, we are just doing the donkey work, that we are just thinking about what will be the impact if I change anything in my application. I need to coordinate with many people, and lot of transformation logic is required, and the development time is too high. So we are just doing a donkey work here. So the main theme of the Mulesoft is just to reduce a donkey work. That is the reason why they had chosen a donkey logo here for them. Okay, as you can see, this is the logo of the mule, and they just want to concentrate on the main theme, that they just just want to transfer the data between one API to another API rather than all this donkey work. So, and as you can see, these are the drawbacks of the point-to-point integration. And to avoid all these concerns, we are having a concept called ESB. ESB is nothing but Enterprise Service Bus, as you can see here. So how the name came to it, like Enterprise Service Bus is like what is the work of the bus? Just to transport the humans from one location to another location, right? So the ESB also doing the same thing here, just transferring the data from one API to another API. So as you can see here in this slide, in the previous slide, each and every application is directly interlinked with each other, right? But whereas in this slide, no application is directly interlinked with each other, directly connected with each other. Every application is connected, every API is connected to the ESB. So I'm just taking a real-time scenario to explain you how it works. So let us take a SaaS application and the SAP application. So I just want to transfer the data between the SaaS application and the SAP application. And what I am doing, I am sending a request from the SaaS application to the ESB, and ESB is sending the request from the ESB to SAP application, and ESB application is sending the response to the ESB, and ESB is sending the response to the SaaS application. So how this ESB is transferring this data is not concerned of the SaaS application or the SAP application. This why we call it as a high complexity, because these two applications, the SaaS application and the SAP application, are able to transfer the data, but they doesn't know how they are transferring the data, how the ESB performs. So that we call it as a high complexity. So what is the benefit of ESB is, in future if we get any cloud applications, okay, so we can directly connect to the ESB and transfer the data between other APIs, and the turnaround time is very less when compared to the point-to-point integration. And okay, so these are the benefits of the ESB. So any doubts in this concept, the point-to-point integration and the ESB? Ramdev and Kishore and Joshna?
The ESB is a kind of transport, is it?
Yes. Yeah, transport in a sense, yeah, we can call it as a transport in regular words, but in technical words, we'll call it as a bus, like an enterprise service bus. It is just transferring the data. The main concept of the ESB is to just connect to anything and transfer the data between any APIs. Okay.
Is it something like the EMS we have?
Yeah. But it is doing the whole work through the orchestration. It is using the orchestration process internally. And okay, Ramdev said, I'm okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, are you having any doubts up to now?
Even your HTTP is called as the enterprise service bus here.
Yes, yes. Everything is called as an HTTP service bus. As I'll show you, like the MuleSoft which we are dealing with, we can call itself as an ESB. Okay, that we'll be explaining in the next slides. Okay. As if now, I just want to know, like, have you understood up to now?
Yeah.
Okay. And Joshna? Hello? Okay, then I don't know whether Joshna can hear me or not. Okay. So these are the benefits of the, yeah. Yeah, Ramdev.
I'm having the experience in the middleware. Actually, for the past 10 years, I'm working on that. What is the main importance of the Mule comparison with other EA tools like web methods, TIBCO, IIB?
Yeah.
Do you have?
I'll be saying that. I'll be saying that next in the next slide.
Okay.
Okay then. Okay. So as I said, the benefits are in future, if I get any cloud applications, I can directly connect to it and I can directly transfer the data between them. And the turnaround time is very less when compared to it. And we don't need to think about what will be the impact on the other applications. I can directly, if I want to change any application, like a SaaS application, like a database application, I can directly change up my application, and then and I can directly use it, and it doesn't show any impact on the other applications. So these are the benefits of the ESB. And in ESB, why we are going for the Mulesoft rather than other platforms which are established before the Mulesoft. So these are the platforms. I'm just speaking these platforms as an example. So these platforms which are established before the Mulesoft, but why Mulesoft is trending nowadays, and what are the main reasons? Okay. The first main reason is MuleSoft itself provides an API platform. And the second most important reason is MuleSoft is having lots of connectors when compared to all these other platforms. And the third reason is MuleSoft is having Salesforce connectivity and hybrid cloud computing. Okay. So let me say that if I want to build any an application on the other platform, on the other ESB platforms, which is not having an API platform, which is not providing an API platform. So what I need to do is, like, I need to go in order to build an application, develop an application, I need to purchase an API platform, and I need to give an contract for the third parties to build an application platform for me, so that I can build an application in it. So it costs very expensive for me when compared to all the other platforms, and as well as the MuleSoft. And all these other platforms, when compared to the MuleSoft, these are costing very high. But where comes into the MuleSoft? MuleSoft itself provides the API platform for us, and when compared to the other platforms, MuleSoft is costing very less for us. Like if we want to develop an application on the MuleSoft, we can directly develop an application on the MuleSoft, and where the MuleSoft is going to charge us. like when we are going to deploy it into cloud, whichever the application we had developed. So when we are going to deploy it into cloud, Mulesoft is going to charge there for us. And if you are having a licensed server like a Tomcat, IBM, or any other server, and if you are having a Mulesoft partner portal, so what you can do, you can directly deploy your application into your own server that so that you can it will cost only exactly 0 rupees for you. Okay, so this is the main reason why all the organizations are shifting to MuleSoft, because if you people had established an organization, or I had established an organization, if I put in 10 rupees of investment, I'll expect 100 rupees of returns for me, right? So that is the reason the MuleSoft is providing an quality and in less price. This is the main reason why all the organizations are moving to the MuleSoft. And the second most important reason is MuleSoft is having lots of connectors when compared to all these other platforms that I'll be showing you in the Anypoint platform. And MuleSoft is having Salesforce connectivity where they can store the data like a SaaS application. And MuleSoft is having a hybrid cloud computing. So, okay, let me go for the Anypoint platform, which we are talking about. So as you can see here, I'm just going to the first link, Anypoint platform, which is nothing but we can call it as an API platform, which we are talking about. So this Anypoint Studio, MuleSB, and Runtime Manager, all these are the tools of the MuleSoft. I'll just show you. Yeah, Joshna. And why we use MuleSoft for any application? Yeah. So Joshna, I will be letting you let you know like why MuleSoft is used, and as I said, right, why all the organizations are moving to the MuleSoft, and what we are going to do in the MuleSoft. I'll be just letting you know now itself, and where we are going to. So here, this is the homepage of the Anypoint platform, which is nothing but we can call it as a MuleSoft. This is the major reason why we are going for the MuleSoft, and this Anypoint Studio and all these are the tools of the MuleSoft. So first, let me go for the Exchange part. As I said, right, MuleSoft is having lots of connectors when compared to all these other platforms. Okay, let me go for the Exchange part. And in Exchange part, we are having lots of adapters where we can download the adapters and we can connect to the services. Like, okay, I'll just let you know, like, so as you can see here, right, this is the flights application which I had, with flights connector which I had developed, and this is the flights API which I had developed. So let us assume that I just want to transfer the data between my flights application and the Hadoop application, which is a SaaS application. Okay, so I am just searching for the Hadoop in the Exchange, and I'm going to the Anypoint Studio and downloading the Hadoop in the Anypoint Studio. Okay, I'm just downloading the adapter from the Exchange, and I'm just dragging and dropping it in the Anypoint Studio so that I can transfer the data between my application and the Hadoop application just in few minutes. Okay, and just without coding. So when you need the coding in the MuleSoft is totally a graphical interface where I'm going to show you at the end. Just a moment. Okay, Suresh had left. Okay then. Yep. So as I'm saying, right, so the MuleSoft is totally a graphical interface. So when you are going to the coding parties, so if you're not satisfied with the connectors you have, so if you are searching for an Oracle here, I can search for the Oracle here. So I'm having the Oracle based connectors here. So you can for anything. If you're not satisfied with the connectors which you are having, and if you want to build your own connector, so then only you are going for the coding part. Unless we are not going to any coding part, because we are having lots of connectors here itself, and we can just drag and drop, and we can do our process as I will show you in the Anypoint Studio. So are you having any doubts in this exchange part? Yeah, Kishore and Ramdev?
I'm good here.
Okay, Ramdev?
Yes, yes, Mahesh, I'm okay for this.
Okay, Josha, it's okay for you? Just text me. Okay. So after that, we'll be just moving to the design center, and in the Mulesoft is totally developed on a Java platform, and in Mulesoft Anypoint platform for designing purpose, we are using the RESTful services, because when compared to the SOAP services, the RESTful services are lightweight, maintainable, and scalable. That is the reason why we are going for the RESTful services, and in RESTful services, we are going for the RAML. RAML is nothing but RESTful API modeling language. So here we are using the RAML 1.0 version, as you can see here, and here we are not going to code anything here also. This project is about the flights, so that is the reason I had just written the flights. And as you can see, when I'm going to different spaces, there are different options available for me in the menu part, right? So I'll just select those options and select the web services, and I'll be letting you know how to design this in our sessions itself. And I'm using the JSON language here to show me and response, because when compared to the XML format, the JSON format is lightweight, maintainable, and scalable. And when compared to XML, the XML is a bit difficult when compared to the JSON language. Okay, so that is the reason why we are going with the JSON code. And here these are the some of the web services which we are going to do, and we don't need to code anything, as the options will be available for us in the menu part, and we just need to select the options accordingly. So if I want to check my service, I can check my service like this. Show parameters. I just need to search for SFO as a destination, and I got right. So this is how I'm going to get my response. And after designing it in the design center, we need to exchange it to the exchange. So this is the updated Anypoint platform, which is updated 3 weeks ago. And the deployment, before that, the deployment options were totally different. So I'll just go for the API manager. So I'll be showing you, if you want, I can show you the old version deployment and the new version deployment. As if now I'm just showing we are going with the old version, and in the sessions we'll be going with the new version deployment options. So here, this is the flights application which we have developed, and as you can see here, so we can create a portal here. If I click, no need to code anything. By clicking just OK, we can create a new portal here. If I want to deploy my service, if I want to configure my endpoints, I can configure my endpoints, and I can deploy my service directly. Save and deploy. If I save and deploy, my application will be deployed here. And after deployment, if I need to apply any policies, like let us assume that I want security policies like OTP. So whenever you will log into your banking accounts or something, you will get an OTP service, right? Like a security token. So those kind of services also available for us here, like Auth 2.0 and IP blacklist, IP whitelist. Auth 2.0 is for sending and security tokens whenever you log into your account, and IP blacklist, IP whitelist, and all those things. Okay, and here we can select this and we can just configure policy. That's it. And
Only for Mahesh, only for GUI based or a CUI also can we do the deployment mode? What type of?
Hello, actually your voice is breaking.
No. You are telling the deployment through GUI. Do you have any facility for character user interface CUI based?
CUI based? No, we'll be only having these options. Actually, we'll be having and different concepts like we'll be doing the updating through CI, which is continuous integration our applications. So this is how we are going to do our process. Okay, no other options for doing it
Yeah,
in a
how
different.
to create the API? First of all, you told me already you have implemented Flight, all the things. Do you have
Yes.
any facility for that? First, we need to create the API for this.
Yes, first we need to create an API, we need to deploy an API for this, and we need to add the policies and SLA tags, all those things, okay? So, in order to configure a file, you need to develop your API, right? And before that, you need to develop an API, you need to deploy it into cloud, then only you will getting the options for the applying policies and all those things. If you're not deploying your service, then you will not get an access to apply the policies or do anything, okay? So I can just show you. I don't know whether which application I have not deployed. Right. Okay. Yeah. Here, when I go to the policies, it is not allowing me, right? Because my application is not deployed here. Okay. That is the reason it is not allowing me. Okay, Kishore. Hello. Hello, Kishore. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm good here.
Yeah. Okay. So, are you okay with me, like with my answers, or you are having any doubts?
Yeah, is the Mulesoft do not require any software installation to the system? You have to
Yeah,
go.
it requires the next topic is that only after the anypoint platform, after deploying everything, okay? So after adding SLA tags and all the configuration files, we are going for the anypoint studio, okay? We'll be creating schemas and everything in the RAML, which is in the anypoint platform. Then we are going for the anypoint studio to modify everything and to create an APIs. I'll be showing you how to create a basic application in anypoint studio also, okay? So as you can see here, as I said, right, in order to the SLA tax is nothing but the rate limits which we are going to apply. Like if I just want to add five, okay, I just want to allow only five users to use my application in 1 minute, okay. So after 1 minute, the five users will my account. Hello, okay. So after 1 minute, the five users will be logged out of my account, and the another five users can log into my account. As you can see in the railway services, when we are going to book tickets on railways and all the other things, so it will be showing us the same options. Like we can't log in more than 3 minutes. Okay, we'll be automatically logged out of all 3 minutes after 3 minutes. So those are the SLA rate limits which I'm going to add now. So if I add here, it will be directly added to my application. So after doing everything, and we need to redeploy our application, and we need to go to the runtime manager instance. So here we are using a trial version here for the training account. So the trial version is expired. So if I need to go to the, so here in the runtime manager, we'll manage our application, like we'll be having the logs, properties, analytics, static IPs, and everything here, so that we can maintain our service, and we can see how many users are requesting the response and what is the response we are going to send, and we can manage our application through the runtime manager. Okay, runtime through the runtime. So here, this is it from the Anypoint platform, which we are going to deal with. And after that, we'll be moving to the Anypoint Studio. So till that time, are you having any doubts? Kishore, Ramdev, and Joshna? So Joshna, are you having any doubts? So as you can see here, this is an Anypoint Studio which we are talking about. This is a tool of the Anypoint platform, which is nothing but the Mulesoft. So I'm just creating a new project in it. So I'm just naming it as a batch P2, which we are going to deal with. Okay, and it is picking the runtime environment as an Java, and I'm just finishing my service. Like I'm just creating my project. So as you can see, my project details, the whole project details will be available in the package explorer, or it is on the left side. As you can see, our resources, how many configurations we are having, and what are the Mule app properties. So okay, all those things we can manage, we can see in the package explorer how many JRE files, how many jar files we are using here, and what is there in source, main resources, and everything about our project. And this is a canvas where we can design our flows like this. Okay, and this is a Mule palette where we are having 7 Mule building blocks. Like here we are having connectors, components, scopes, transformers, filters, exception handling, and everything. So here there is a Mule design mode and debug mode. So the debug mode is nothing but, the design mode is nothing but where we are going to create our application, design our application, and where the debug mode is nothing but we are checking internally how it is picking the values when you are searching it in the debug mode. Okay. So the console part is the console is nothing but where we are going to get an output here. Just a moment. Okay, so I'm just going to create a new project here, a sample project. So I'm just dragging and dropping the HTTP connector here. As I said, this is totally a graphical interface. So I'm just clicking on plus tab, and here we are using the HTTP listener configuration where it requests and listens the response. And here we are using the port number as an 8083. Sorry, 8081. If you want to change our port number, we can change our port number to 8085 or anything. And whatever the deployments we do in the Anypoint Studio, that will be happening in the on-premises. Like by using the IDE server, we are deploying it on our local host. Like my laptop will be acting as my server, no, when I am deploying my application in the Anypoint Studio. And where we are going to the path, I can name my path as an batch, and allowed method is get. So I'm just hitting and set payload in it. So the set payload is nothing but I had used the get method, as you can see here, right? The get method is nothing but where we are getting the whole data as our response. So when I had searched for the Mulesoft donkey logo, this is my response, right? I got this total as my response. So which in the same way, when you're going to Amazon website and searching for some mobiles or some electronic items, you will get a list of items. So how you are getting the whole data as your response using a get method, but where you are going into and post method or some other methods, like post method it will display only the message as your response when you are going to order some product and the product is confirmed. So you will get a confirm message, right? Confirmation message, like your order is confirmed. So those kind of messages you will get the response as an using the post method. And where we are going to the payload is nothing but the response. In the Mulesoft internal scripted as in Java, as I said you, the Mulesoft is totally developed as Java, as I said you previously, and it is internally scripted. So whatever the flows we are designing here, it will be coded in the XML format here, as you can see. And the path is batch, which we had added, and we had used the get method here, as you can see, and the port number is 8085, as you can see. So it will be scripted as a coded in the XML format and scripted in the Java format internally. So here the response is scripted as a payload. Here in the Mulesoft, we are calling the response as a payload. That's it. So just remember that thing. And in the set payload, we are setting some of the response to display for us. Welcome to MuleSoft. Okay, and I am just saving my project, and I just want to apply a logger here. In the logger, I am applying the payload. The logger is for saving it and running my project. The logger is to log how many requests I got and our application had got, and what is the response we are going to send. That is the reason I had added the payload. Payload is nothing but the response. What is the response we are going to send them? So my application is deployed as you can see here, and I can check my service, localhost, localhost, and 8085 and batch, right? Okay, so welcome to MuleSoft. This is my response. If I want to change my response there, so I can go to the Inbound Studio, go to a passive payload, and I can save my project and see in the console part whether my project is up and running or not. So my application is started again, right? So I can go to the home and I can request it. So I had requested it for one time, so I got a response of welcome to MuleSoft first project. I'm requesting for another two times, so totally three times. So as you can check in the logger, what is the response we got? We got a response, welcome to MuleSoft first project, right? So how many times we got? We had got the three requests and we had sent the three responses. And if I go here and search for send the request for another two times, so I got the responses and five times as you can see here. So this is the work of the logger, and if I need to connect it to the database, okay, and I just need to delete this set payload in order to connect to the database. So here we are not dealing anything as an application, we are dealing everything as a connector here. We are calling everything as a connector, and I'm just dragging and dropping the database connector here. In the database connector, it is showing some error, and as you can see, it is showing error on the connector configuration. So I need to go and click and plus tab, and here we are having four configuration options like Derby, Generic, MySQL, and Oracle. And as for now, I'm just going for the MySQL, and I'm having the credentials for to connect to the MuleSoft server, okay, MuleSoft database. So and the port number is 3306. So here I need to add some one of the jar file like MySQL connector Java. I'm just opening it. So it is showing a tick mark, and I should test my connection whether I am able to connect to the MuleSoft server or not. So if my test connection is successful, I am successfully able to connect to the MuleSoft server. So I'm just okay, and I'm just selecting the select operation as per now, and I'm just fetching the data from one of the table from the MuleSoft, like American table. So that is a query I'm going to write here. So I'm just saving my project and see in the console part whether it is up and running or not. So my project is up and running here, right? So I can go here and request for my service. And now I had got my service in the object format, as you can see here. I'm just opening it. And I'm just opening it in the Word format. So we had got the response in the Java linked list format, as I said, right? MuleSoft is totally developed in Java format, and it is stored the data in the Java linked list format. So the web cannot understand, and we cannot understand the Java linked list format response. So what we can do here, I just want my response in the JSON format, okay? So here I can go here and search for the transformer like object to JSON. Okay, and I can save my project and go here and request for my server service. So we had got our response in the JSON format here. So this is how we are going to deal with the MuleSoft Anypoint Studio, and I had explained you about the Anypoint platform. Are you having any doubts, Ramdev, Kishore, and Jyotsna?
You
Hello?
don't need to get any schemas to extract the JSON format from the database
No,
access.
no, I'll be, yeah. Actually, no need to do that. In order to change object to JSON or XML to JSON, we are having the transformers. If you want to change it to field mapping, like see here you are having from airport. So if you want to change it to origin and to airport to destination, take out date to departure date or something. So then we are going for the schemas or nothing. But I'll be just letting you know how to do that in the sessions itself. Okay.
All right.
Okay then. And Ramdev,
Yeah, Mahesh.
are you having any doubts, Ramdev?
No, currently. I don't have any.
Okay. And Joshna, are you having any doubts? Okay then. So if you people have having no doubts and no issues, so let me log out from the session. And thanks for attending the demo. And just please give the feedbacks to the consultant persons. Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, hi
Yeah, Kishore.
Mahesh Kishore here.
Yeah, Kishore.
Is it Eclipse for platform?
Yeah, Eclipse ID. So we are the platform. Yeah, endpoint studio, which is based on a Eclipse IDE. Okay.
Okay. It's now currently I'm working on TIPCO. I have a two plus years of experience, but I was thinking to is a MuleSoft growing, right?
MuleSoft is going, and as you can see the opportunities which are visible for the MuleSoft, right? In India and UK, US as well, okay?
Okay.
And in yeah, like you're having much more opportunities on the presently that number top is an Accenture, like which organization you're having most job requirements, okay? Like they're having lots of projects and they don't have the MuleSoft developers because there are not much developers or the Arctic persons on the MuleSoft, right? So most of the people doesn't know there's a technology called MuleSoft also, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that is the reason they are just searching for them, and Accenture, Deloitte, Infosys, and all these other organizations or such, and Capgemini. So all these other organizations are searching for the MuleSoft developers and Arctic people. So you'll get a job very easily, and I'll be helping you with the developer certification developer. Okay, developer certification also.
Okay. Okay. Thanks, Mahesh.
Okay. Okay then. Thank you. Bye guys. I'm just ending the session.